everybody, and welcome to Details by Matt. Today, I want to go over 3 important things that's going to save you time and frustration during the car wash process. So, number 1, the 2-bucket method. The 2-bucket method is important because it not only makes a cleaner car wash, and it's the proper process to use, but it's going to save you time in the mistake of using 1 bucket. Because using 1 bucket is going to drag that same dirt back onto the car's paint. And then when you're drying, you're going to notice you're dragging around some dirt. And so you may even end up re-washing the vehicle to safely remove that dirt from the paint without scratching. Because the drying process is the most dangerous part of the car wash process. It's the most susceptible for the paint to be scratched during that process. So the 2-bucket method is really important. And what that is you have 2 buckets, one's the wash and one's the rinse. You're going to take your Chanel mitt or whatever you're using to wash the vehicle with, dip it in the wash bucket. Get the mitt nice and soapy, you soap down the vehicle. Once you lather that in and wash the section that you're going to wash, you then take that mitt, put it in the rinse bucket, and then rinse that, wring it back out in the rinse bucket, and hopefully you have a grit guard or something in the bottom of the rinse bucket that's going to prevent that dirt and grime from resurfacing back in the mixture. So get yourself a grit guard. They're not expensive. Put it in the rinse bucket. Then after you wring it out, you're going to put it back in the wash bucket and re-lather with clean, fresh, soapy suds and get the vehicle clean. So those are a couple important techniques about washing a car that's going to save you time. Secondly, get some hose guides. Some call them cord guides, which is good for if you're walking around the vehicle changing sides with vacuums. In my shop, I just happen to have a vacuum on that side and a vacuum on this side, which if you can do that, I would recommend doing that. If you have a little garage and you wash your own vehicles often, it's probably not that big of a deal. But if you're washing for a company or as a detailer, they'll highly recommend having one on both sides so you're not changing. But your hose, your water hose, as you're walking around the vehicle, will get stuck in between the ground and the tire. In that first corner you turn, you're going to be having to walk back to the back of the vehicle, get it untrapped, and pull more slack, and then walk around. And it will chew up a ton of time during a day where you're wanting to be productive. So the hose guides just allow, it has a little, you can see here, it has this little piece that turns and it rolls. It's a roller on the end of it. This part goes underneath the tire, so then your hose just glides around it without getting stuck. That's tip number 2. And so that is going to save you tons of time, tons of frustration. Just take my word for it. 2-bucket method, tire guides, and use a pH neutral soap. And a pH neutral soap is not going to leave soap or deposit marks on the vehicle if it dries up too fast on you. So getting a pH neutral soap, if you need to stop and you don't get to the drying part as fast as you want, you're not going to have those hard water spots on there. So thank you for watching, and hopefully that saves you time and some frustration during your detail process. This is Details by Matt right here in Mount Vernon, Ohio. I'll see you next time.